here's something to think about. With church and with all kinds of things, I'm thinking a lot about church, in this day and age and how it's going to look as COVID recedes. And the answer isn't to become more and more entertaining. Like, it's not that I would ever want somebody to come out of New Church Live and go, wow, that's entertaining. I wouldn't want you to say it's boring either, but I want you to say, wow, it's entertaining. What I think we all would hope is that someone who comes here for the first time, and maybe the only time they come here, or they tune in, maybe the only time they tune in, they may not say that's entertaining. They'll say something better, which is that was meaningful. That was meaningful. That was meaningful. Now, I want to talk about those mountains, and I want to give you a particular example here of a mountain that somebody climbed, and it's an incredibly powerful story. I actually didn't know this story, but I listened to it online, and I thought it was beautiful. It's a story of Itzhak Perlman. Itzhak Perlman. Now Perlman, as a little boy, contracted polio. So he only has two ways of being mobile. One is with crutches, or the other is with a wheelchair. This is a picture of him in his wheelchair. He's considered one of the great violinists alive today. And there's a beautiful story. So he comes out to do a concert. He sits down, and a violin has 4 strings. So you can just imagine the audience. I mean, this is like the Bruce Springsteen of violins. And everybody can just feel the energy in the room, right? Here he's about to play, and he plays beautifully. And almost as soon as he starts, one of the violin strings breaks. Instead of 4, now he's got 3. And of course, people are thinking, you can imagine a little bit of the nervousness in the crowd. What's he going to do? Is he going to stop? Is he going to have someone run and grab him another violin? Like what's he going to do? Well, this is what he did. He played. He played a beautiful, beautiful piece of music on 3 strings. Now just hold that, the beauty of that image. Of try, right? And it's like there's a good try, and as that song said, there's this frenetic try that gets us way out beyond our true selves, way out into the image we want to project versus the person we actually are, as God has given us to see that. The very image and likeness of God, deep within our souls, that we are to express as part of our lives. Each of us, just a different form, a different embodiment of God's love. So how is it that we make music with what remains? Well, I want to talk about seeing it and accepting it. And that is playing music with what remains. That is playing music with what remains. So first we have to see it. We have to be honest about life, and then we have to accept. We have to see and accept. I think this part of acceptance is incredibly significant. I think it's accepting that we are all broken. I only know a handful of people where I look at their lives and I think, I haven't seen a break in there, and it's like, if I was to count it, I'd say 2. Big hint, I'm not one of them. The vast, vast, vast majority of people I know are playing with 3 strings. Very few of us have the perfect childhood. Very few of us have the perfect relationships. Very few of us have the perfect health. Very few of us have the perfect looks. Very few of us have the perfect anything. And even when we hold up certain people in certain ways and we think like, oh, but look at them. They might, no. I would bet you they don't see themselves that way here. We start out with a story, Matthew 4. Jesus was walking along the Sea of Galilee. And he saw two people doing their ordinary jobs. And he said, "Follow me." Jesus walking. Here's our ordinary lives. Some days are good. Some days that car window gets broken. Here we are doing our ordinary lives, looking on Facebook, checking on friends. And we see just the ordinary thing of somebody who's struggling, so we do something about it. Here's an ordinary auto body guy doing his normal auto body stuff. He sees a frontline worker who needs a new window, and he says, "I can help." All across that are written the words with a smile of Jesus saying, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of humanity." I mean, the beauty in that ordinariness. Just people doing their ordinary lives. They weren't going anywhere. They weren't doing anything spectacular, but they did.